I'm thinking about TOEFL writing. Is that any different than what you would teach in class? I mean, is there a specific style for TOEFL writing?
Well, TOEFL writing is really timed writing, right? And I like to tell my students that TOEFL is really the shortest possible writing sample that they could get that allows them to see if you could write a good essay if you had more time. That's really
Oh,
what you're trying to prove. There's really no way to write a good essay in 30 minutes. So what they want you to do is show that you have knowledge of the format, of the genre of the essay. They want to see the pieces of the essay. They want to see the organization. They want to know that you understood the question, especially if the question has more than one part. And then it's a general sort of grammar check as well. And by putting you under time pressure, 30 minutes, that allows them to see, what kind of level of fluency you have as well. So, like I said, when we teach essays, we usually do take-home essays, but when we practice timed writings, we do have a timed writing component in our class as well. We talk about what you can leave out, because on the TOEFL, they don't expect a perfectly formed essay in 30 minutes. It would be beyond most people's capabilities. Right?
so what are some key things that they're looking for, would you say?
They want the basic parts of the essay, the introduction, the body, the conclusion. They want the introduction to have a thesis statement, a clear thesis statement that answers the question. They want, if possible, to have some sort of hook, something that comes before, but it could be only one or two sentences, right? Some sort of general introduction to the idea. The body paragraphs need topic sentences. They need support. They need examples or stories or something that allows them to have that kind of what we would call that pyramid shape, where everything supports the main idea, right? You've got the details, you've got the main ideas, and you've got the main idea of the essay itself, right? So they want to see the introduction, they want to see the body paragraphs, and then they want to see a conclusion of some kind. And the conclusion could be anything, depends on the essay, but something that sort of wraps it up and finishes it.
Do you have advice for students who want to improve their writing?
Well, the best advice would be to write as much as possible. I know
Mm-hmm.
that's not very novel, but it's true. It's like playing the piano. You can't get better at it unless you practice. When you write, even if you write things like journals, you're activating that part of your brain. You're building that muscle memory. Writing is an act. You know, I think you're also forcing yourself to try to put things into words using the foreign language, right? If you want to get better at writing, another thing you can do is try to find readings. I think reading is a very powerful way to build vocabulary and spelling recognition and also grammar, because grammar is also pattern recognition. You see it enough times and it starts to sound correct to you. The trick is to find readings that are similar to what you want to be writing. You need to find readings that are the genre that you want to write. So if you want to write essays, then you need to read essays. If you want to write for journalism, you need to find journalistic sort of things to read. But I think that's a very powerful way to learn the language, because, like I said, it's just really just hearing it enough times. When you talk to a native speaker and you ask them a grammar question, typically they'll be able to answer your question, but they won't be able to say why. They'll say it sounds right to me, and that's because they've heard it so many times. They've made those connections in their brains, and so that's what you need to do as well. You see it enough times in things like articles and prepositions, and also spelling, which is pretty chaotic in English, right? You recognize the pattern. If you ask a native speaker how to spell something, sometimes they'll spell it on their hands or they'll write it up in the air. That's what they're doing. They're trying to remember what the word looks like, right? But it's the same with grammar. When to use perfect tense, when to use continuous tense. You can teach it. You can understand it from a rational point of view, but putting it into practice, you have to sort of internalize it. And I think the best way to do that is to see it a million times, and after a while it becomes natural to you. If you enjoy writing, just like anything, you will learn it more quickly. Most of the studies have shown that people who want to learn language learn more quickly than people who have to learn the language, right? And so if you can keep a positive attitude and remember that it's something that can be a lot of fun, enjoy it for its aesthetics, enjoy it for the art of it, enjoy it as an activity, as a mental practice or something. I think that will also help you think about writing in not such a burdensome way, hopefully, and I think that will also help you want to practice and enjoy it as well.